if you want to know like who I have for which classes, feel free to ask me, or yeah, I send it out in my email if you get my emails. But and then I'm trying to think what else. I added a retreat recently, which is a not international retreat. So it might be a little more accessible for some people. It's in Sedona, Arizona, and it's in October. It's the first weekend in October, the 5th to the 8th. So it's a Thursday to a Sunday. And we're staying in this cool, it's like 3 different houses on this kind of property. And there's 12 spots total. And then included in those 12 spots, there's a few camping. I really like to make my retreats as accessible as possible for everybody with every budget. So the camping spots they're $900 and there's only 3 of them. So if you're like, I want to go and you don't have like $3,000 to spend on a retreat, then this might be a good opportunity to take. So if you want any more information, it's all on my website, which is katieshifkinyoga.com. Over a weekend. It's a Thursday to a Sunday. So you would arrive just by like 4 p.m. on the Thursday and then check out at like 11 a.m. on Sunday. So, okay, friends, any special requests for yoga today? Okay, Caleb. Yeah, there's a couple of you in here. I'm sure that would be fine with that. Anything else? Do you want? Well, it's power flow. So what I usually do in this class is I will teach like a short sequence. We'll do it breath per movement, and then we'll do slower. Is that okay? Does that sound good? That's what you like, I know. Okay. Let's just practice. So comfortable seated position, and you might take a moment to just kind of move your physical body a little bit, get some physical feedback, just little movements, rolling out your neck or your shoulders, or maybe you even want to twist a little bit. Stretch your arms up. And then just slowly come to settle. Find stillness, close your eyes. And rest your hands intentionally, maybe on your thighs or your knees, maybe hands to heart. Maybe one hand to heart space, one hand to belly. So just whatever feels most resonant for you this morning. And see if you can notice right away, are you holding tension anywhere in your body that you don't need to be? Are you tensing up through your face, through your forehead, or your jaw, through your shoulders, even your hands or your fingers? And just by noticing, maybe you soften a tiny bit more. And start to just feel into your internal world, your inner space, feeling into the energy that's flowing through you this morning and any emotions that might be present for you this morning. So not trying to change or fix or control, not trying to push anything away, but just allowing whatever's there to have space to be there. And you're just witnessing it, holding it with your loving awareness. Start to notice, if you haven't already, your breath, the rise and fall, the expansion and contraction. And you might even visualize your breath flowing up and down the length of your spinal column. Next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. And take a moment to pause at the top in fullness. Maybe even sip in just a little bit extra. Big open mouth sigh. When you're ready, let it go. Ah. Couple more just like that. Great big inhale. Allowing that breath to circulate around, feeling it all. And then exhale, let it all go. Ah. Very nice. One more huge inhalation. Biggest breath you've taken all morning long. Waking yourself up from the inside. And then open your mouth, sigh it out. Ah. Beautiful. Seal your lips now and start to drop into Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. See if you can start to create that gentle whisper noise, that oceanic sound. And see if you can keep moving your breath all the way down into your low belly, into the lowest lobes of your lungs, with a deep, slow, diaphragmatic breath. You can stay here for as long as you want to. So if this feels like this is what you need, just to sit, breathe, observe, be here as long as you want to. If you're ready to move, come forward to your hands and your knees. So take your Ujjayi breath with you. And then once you're on your hands and knees, just start your own exploration, whatever feels good in your body this morning. Maybe you want to start by stretching your wrists and your forearms. You might spin your fingers back, spin your fingers out to the sides, even flip your palms up. You might take big, huge circles with your hips. Or maybe you stick with cat-cows, working into the flexion and extension of your spinal column. And feel free, if it's helpful, to close your eyes. So get out of your head, drop into your body, your felt senses, and just notice sensations. Notice energy flowing through. Notice your breath rising and falling, moving into all the little spaces inside of you. Be here for about 3, 4, 5 more rounds. No right or wrong. And then eventually, no rush, downward facing dog is where we will end up. So start your own transition back whenever you're ready. Nice work, friends. Good breathing. So as you move back into your dog pose, feel around in your down dog. Pedal out your heels, maybe shift your hips side to side. Maybe you take your feet out really wide to the width of your mat. Maybe you take your hands out really wide. Might feel good to bend your knees a lot. Stay on the balls of your feet and your tiptoes as you work the length from your fingertips all the way up to your hips. It also might feel good to work your heels towards the ground, feeling into the stretch in the backs of your legs. You could even pick up your toes and spread them and see if you feel anything change, anything shift. So just stay curious. Feel around, breathe into every little space. Really nice poses, you guys. Take one more great big inhale into your down dog. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. Be in your fold for a few rounds of breath. Just hang out. You can take ragdoll if you want to. Grab opposite elbows or fold your arms. You can bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull, give the back of your neck some traction. Yeah, maybe a little sway, a little bob, a little bounce. So you can keep your weight more forward. So you're leaning into your toes and the balls of your feet rather than back into your heels. Take one more great big breath. Ah. Next time you inhale, spinal extension, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Do that once more, halfway lift. So crown reaches forward, thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold, release. This time, come through your halfway lift, rise all the way up, take your arms up. Hands to heart, exhale. Flowing with your breath for a moment. Inhale, reach up and stretch. Exhale, swan dive down, traction out your spine, then let it all go. Lift halfway as you inhale. So how much length and even strength can you feel in your back body? Exhale, fold, release. Root through your feet. Rise to stand all the way up. Arms reach, big stretch, maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take one more round. Maybe close your eyes this time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let your breath guide you down. So feel your body moving through space. Take the entire length of your exhale. Beautiful. As you breathe in, halfway lift, spinal extension. Exhale, fold, crown towards the ground, sit bones towards the sky, navel to spine. Press into your feet, lead with your heart all the way up. Arms reach, big stretch. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, take your arms up. And then today, bend your right elbow, bring your left hand to the top of your right elbow. See if you can start to coax your elbow to the left and slightly down. Keep your chin lifted up out of your chest. Keep standing tall. Stay here, or if it's available to you, your left arm can come behind your back. Maybe you clasp your hands. So here or here, and then if you want, little side body stretch. Hips go right, upper body goes left. Yeah. Breathe into your right side, right shoulder, tricep. Keep pressing your head back into your arms. Take one more round. Inhale back up. Take both arms to the sky, realign. And then other side, bend your left elbow, same thing. Right hand to left elbow, coax it down to the left. If it's available, you can clasp your hands behind your back. That feels like too much, don't force it. Option to add that side body stretch. So hips left, upper body right. Hug in with your inner thighs. Yeah. And if you're taking that side body stretch, breathe into your entire side all the way down. Beautiful. One more round. Keep your head slightly lifted, chin slightly lifted. Inhale, back up. Take both arms to the sky. And then as you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades squeeze your spine. If you tend to lock out your elbows like I'm doing right now, bend your elbows, press your palms together, and then squeeze your elbows towards each other. See if you can keep that as you reach your hands back. Maybe lift your heart up. Hug in with your inner thighs as you press your hips forward. Breathe into the front of your heart, front of your chest. One more big inhale. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips. Exhale all the way down. Fold. Relax your neck. Let your head hang heavy. I like my feet at least hips width distance apart, maybe even a little bit wider. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. Focus on lifting your butt, your sit bones. Lift your knuckles. If you're pressing your palms and that's too much at this point, you can let that part go. Awesome, Holly. Take one more huge inhalation. Relax your neck. Exhale, hands to low back. Release. Let your arms hang down. Give them a little shake or shake your head a little bit. Ujjayi breath. Big inhale to your halfway lift. Nice, Laura. Exhale, plant your hand, step back to plank or modified plank. You choose, so knees can come down to modify. Inhale at the top, push the ground away, rock forward onto your tippy toes, and then exhale, slow motion all the way to your belly. Good. Spider-Man Cobra 3 times, hands out wide, up on your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift your heart, peel your heart off the ground. Nice, Karen. Exhale, slow release all the way back down. Again, like that. Inhale, lift. Press down through pelvis and shoelaces. Exhale, nice, Bobby. Let it go. With awareness, one more time. Inhale, lift your heart just as high as feels right to you. Press into your fingertips. Strong hands. Nice, Caleb. Exhale, release. Good, Rach. And then however you want to get back to your down dog. So if there's any other little exploration you want to take, Go for it. Back to downward facing dog. You've got 5 rounds in your dog pose. So feel free, move around, explore. Or if you find stillness in your outer body, maybe there's little tiny movements you can feel inside, little tiny adjustments you can make inside. Nice job, everybody. Spread your fingers, press into the ground with your fingertips. Find strength and space in your shoulders. Lift from your center. So imagine there's a rope. It's attached to your belly button. It's invisible. It's pulling up towards the sky, towards the back corner, the top corner of the back wall. So feel a lift that comes from your center. Feel lightness there. Take one more big inhale. Lengthen through your side bodies. Exhale, gaze to the top of your mat. However you want to get there, forward fold. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, bow, fold in. Root through your feet, rise up. Arms reach, big stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, go ahead and grab your strap. So bring your hands about shoulder width distance and then a little bit wider. Strap out in front of you, pull your strap apart and make your arms as straight as possible. And you're gonna keep pulling apart on your strap. These are pass-throughs. You're just gonna take your strap up and behind, up and back. Make this movement as smooth as you can. If it's really easy, bring your hands closer together. If it's really hard, if you feel like you have to bend your elbows to get your arms back, then bring your hands a little further apart. See if you can keep your body in complete stillness as you take this movement. And then tune into your breath. Keep pulling apart on your strap. Again, if you've got your hands really wide and it feels really easy, bring your hands closer together. Keep pulling your strap apart so it stays taut the entire time. Lots of awareness, feeling into your shoulders. Next time you bring your strap above your head, keep it there. Keep pulling apart on your strap. One more inhale. As you exhale, side body stretch to the right, hips go left. Keep pulling apart on your strap. It's nice and tight. Breathe into your left side. One more round. Inhale through center. Other side, up and over, like a crescent moon. So hips to the right, more weight in your right foot. Imagine you're trying to let your heart look up just slightly. Breathe, one more breath. Good job. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, let your arms come down in front of your body. Set your strap off to the side. You can shake it out. Yay, good job. Yeah, maybe even spin around. I like that. I feel good. And then as you're ready, just find your mountain pose. Arms down by your sides, palms open. Feel the broadness in your collarbones, in your shoulders. Slight opening in your heart. Feel into a neutral pelvis. Close your eyes. Feel your body from the inside. Feel your alignment from the inside. Feel your breath flowing through you from the inside. Stay as you are. Breathe in as big as you can. Hold. And then open your mouth. Let it go. Ah, good. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, grab your left wrist. Side body stretch to the right. Inhale through center, switch your grip. Side body stretch to the left, exhale. Inhale through center. We're gonna take a little baby back bend. Cactus your arms, lift your heart. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, realign, reach up. Feel into neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Exhale, stick your butt out, reach your heart forward all the way down, fold. Lift with your inhale halfway. Good. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Take your vinyasa however you want to. See you back in down dog. So add or subtract. Nice, Janet. Skip it all together. Beautiful, Bobby. Beautiful, friends. Moving with your breath, feeling your body, making this your practice. From your dog pose, next inhale, take your right leg to the sky. So take a moment, and if you want, you can open your hip or roll out your ankle. Any little exploration you want to take. But then eventually square off your hips. Nice, Paul. So inner thighs face each other. Right hip faces down, slightly back. Make your right leg as straight and as strong and as powerful as possible. Press through your hands. Lift from your belly button. Lengthen through your right leg. One more big inhale. Very nice. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly. Hollow out. Stay here. Breathe in. See if you can lift higher through your waistline. Push the ground away on your back. Tippy toes. Exhale, step through softly. Low lunge. Good job. Rise as you are ready. Crescent lunge. So if you want, you can bring your hands up to your front thigh first. Maybe hands to hips. Eventually, settle into crescent. Finding stability through your legs just as much as flexibility. So rather than getting as wide as you can and sinking in, get as wide as you can and then hug in. Front hip pulls back hip pulls forward. Your legs are your strong foundation. Little tone in your belly, navel to spine, and then feel your heart lift even higher. Nice, Laura. Maybe gaze up. Maybe spread your fingers really wide, or maybe today you want to be soft through your fingers. You choose, just be intentional. Take one more big inhale, fill up, reach up. As you exhale, swing your arms back behind you and hinge slightly forward. So you're in what I call airplane lunge. Keep a lift in your heart like you're doing cobra pose. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. You can stay here, or if you want, you can interlace your fingers. So up to you. You can stay here, or option to float your back foot off the ground, full airplane, and maybe your hands are interlaced, fingers interlaced. Heart is slightly lifted, so smiley face shape from the top of your head back to your heel is what we're going for. Hips are square. Wherever you're at, just one more deep breath. Awesome job. End of your exhale, soft landing, back to crescent lunge, arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground. And this is called a horizon lunge. You're gonna reach your right arm forward, up. As you reach up, turn your front toes towards the right side of the room, pivot onto the outer edge of your back foot. Reach back and let your hips come down. From here, a few times on your own, just lift your hips, reach forward. Lower your hips, reach back. So it's like you're in a modified side plank as you reach forward. Stay on the outer edge of your foot. Try to keep pointing your right toes out to the right. If there's any other movement you want to take while you're here, totally fine with me. Big deep breath, couple more. Good job. Next time you inhale, we're going to inhale, reach forward, and then turn our toes forward, bring your right hand down. So low lunge is where we're at. From here, standing splits, back leg floats up. We won't hold it super long, so take this time to lengthen. Press into your right foot, lift from your belly button, make your left leg strong as it floats in space. Relax your neck. One more big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot down, top of your mat. You can give your right leg a little shake out if you'd like. Ujjayi breath. Next, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bow, fold. Chair pose. Bend your knees, weight in your heels. Lift your heart. You can either reach up or perhaps you want to keep your arms in more of a cactus position. That might feel better on your neck or your shoulders. So you do you. Yeah. And then navel to spine, so you're connected to your core, but see if you can keep your heart lifted. So bottom tips of shoulder blades hug towards your spine. Soften through your face. So much strength work in your lower body. See if you can find a softness or a sweetness through your upper body. One more inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, reach back, maybe float up to tiptoes. So drinking bird or airplane or chair plane. Heart lifted. And as you reach your butt back, feel your connection to center, navel to spine. If you're on your toes, see if you can bend your knees more, let your butt come down a little lower. Yes, awesome. Take one more round. Stay on your tiptoes if you want to. Balance challenge all the way up, high mountain. Squeeze through the front of your thighs. Stay on your tiptoes if you'd like. All the way down, dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift, heels on the ground, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa, however you want to, or skip it all together. Nice, Sophia. Good, Chris. So just intentionally, mindfully back to your down dog. Find your breath. Feel it big, spacious, and powerful. So your breath is supporting you. It's not working against you. It's not something extra for you to think about. See if you can hone in on it. Make it flow in the background, just guiding you through your practice. Big, spacious, slow, steady, powerful, strong. Next, inhale, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. So feel free if you want to open your hip, roll out your ankle, take some circles with your left knee. Anything goes. And then eventually square off your hips. So that means your inner thighs face one another. Your left hip faces down, slightly back. Nice, Erin. Make your left leg really strong. So I don't care about height, but I do care about strength and power. So if I came over, tried to press your left leg down, nothing would happen. It wouldn't move. Take one more big inhale, press through your hands, press up with your left leg. Yes, exhale, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly. Nice, Caleb. Round your spine. Stay here as you breathe in on your back, tippy, tippy toes. Good, Andrea. Step forward softly. Crescent lunge, slowly rise. Nice, Stephen. Front hip pulls back, back hip pulls forward. So find your connection to center. You're hugging towards midline. That's your support. That's your stability. So when you hear people say the integrity of the pose, what does that mean? It means there's a structure. It means there's a strong form, and then you're relaxing around it, softening within it. So feel into the integrity of your pose on this Sunday morning. Feel your breath flowing through. One more inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, reach back. So airplane lunge, little lift in your heart rather than rounding. And if you want to, option to interlace your fingers if you're feeling it today. Stay here, or final option is to float your back foot off the ground. So come to balance on your left foot, little lift in your heart, little lift in your back heel, like a smiley face shape. Yes, beautiful. Wherever you are at, work your pose for one last round. Your expression, feel it. Come back to crescent lunge, soft landing, arms reach up. Good work. Exhale, hands come down. Horizon lunge again. So left arm forward, up. Pivot your left toes forward. Roll onto the outer edge of your back foot and reach back. Let your hips come down at your own time and pace. Few rounds of those lifts and lowers. So as you lift up, it's like you're in a version of side plank. As you come down, you might feel a nice stretch in your hips or your right side body. Stay strong through your right hand so you're not just sinking into your wrist. Couple more rounds. If there's anywhere else you want to go while we are here, always, it is up to you. Next time you reach forward, come back to your low lunge. So your left hand comes down, your toes pivot forward, and then left foot roots, right leg floats, standing splits. Lift your right leg as high as it will go, hip square or not. It's up to you. They're just different ways of being in the same pose. Make sure you're not sitting in your outer left hip. So hug in with your left inner thigh, lift from your center. Make your right leg strong. Maybe spread your toes. One more inhale. Very nice. Forward fold. Set your right foot down, top of your space. Give your left leg a little shake out if you want. Bring your big toes to touch. A little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl. So little tiny potato bug ball, butt towards the ground, nose towards your knees. You can intentionally press your heels towards the ground. That'll work your ankle flexibility. Or you can intentionally lift your heels up as high as you can. The higher your heels go, so you can get your butt lower and then nose closer to your knees. Option to wrap your arms around your shins if you want to. Give yourself a great big squeeze. Get as compact as possible. Breathe into your back body, your back ribs. One more breath. Good job, you guys. Next, inhale, halfway lift, heels down, spine long. You can widen your stance if you want to. Exhale, fold, bow, release. Root through your feet, rise all the way to stand, arms reach, gaze up maybe, hands to heart. Exhale. We're going breath to movement. Inhale, reach up. Side body stretch towards the windows. You can choose your own variation. Exhale all the way to empty and then back to center. Other side. Exhale up and over. Back to center. Baby back bend. Cactus your arms. Make it come more from mid and upper back, less from low back. Inhale, re-extend, realign. And slow swan dive all the way down, forward fold. Nice work, lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. See if you can keep your exhale going as you lower down, chaturanga. Lift your heart, breathe in. And lift your hips, breathe out. Inhale, right leg to the sky, straight, strong, and powerful. Exhale, step your right foot forward, low lunge. Inhale, strong legs, rise, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Yogi's choice. Exhale, hinge forward, reach back, maybe float your back foot off the ground, maybe interlace your fingers. And back to crescent lunge. Inhale, arms reach up, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, hands come down. We're gonna take this really slow. Inhale, reach forward and up. And then as you exhale, let your hips come down, reach back. Inhale again, reach up and forward. And then exhale, back to your low lunge. Inhale, standing splits. Float your left leg high. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow, fold. Chair pose, weight in your heels, bend your knees, lift your heart. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird, option to float to your tiptoes. Stay on your tiptoes if you'd like. High mountain all the way up. Yeah. Maybe stay on your tiptoes as you dive. Exhale, let your ankles shake. It's a good thing you've met an edge. Halfway lift, heels on the ground. And with your exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga. Try to keep your exhale going or even hold empty. Lift your heart as you breathe in. Nice job. Lift your hips, exhale. Nice, Karen. Left leg to the sky. Breathe in, stretch it out. Now slowly and softly step your left foot forward, low lunge. Strong legs, rise. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, you choose airplane lunge or full airplane, option to interlace, only if you want to. And back to crescent lunge, soft landing if possible. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Super slow. Inhale, reach forward, up, spin your toes out. Exhale, reach back, let your hips come down. Inhale, reach up, forward. And then as you exhale, you're back in your low lunge. Adjust if needed. Breathe into standing splits. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, tiny little potato bug ball. Go straight into it, tuck and curl. Inhale, lift halfway, realign. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet, rise up. Arms reach up, widen your stance if you want. Hands to heart, exhale. We're going straight into our last round. Inhale, reach. Side body stretch of your choice to your right. Exhale. Inhale through center, realign. Other side to your left. All the way to empty. Inhale, back up, stretch, lengthen. Baby back bend, cactus your arms, curl open. Hug in with your inner thighs. Lift your heart, realign. And exhale, dive. Good work, friends. Halfway lift with your inhalation. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa, or skip it if you'd rather. Nice, Paul, heart lifts, shoulders down and back away from your ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Listen carefully. Inhale, take your right leg high. You can hold here if you want. Otherwise, exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Nice, Halls. Inhale, three-legged dog. Stretch and lengthen. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Get as high as you can. Add a little push-up if you want. Don't let your butt drop down. Inhale, back up. Good. And then everybody, knee to your nose. Step through low lunge. Crescent with your in-breath. Lift your heart. Lift your gaze. One more time if you want, full airplane. Otherwise, stick with your airplane lunge. Totally fine. Yes. Back to crescent, softly if possible. And exhale, hands come down, slow and intentionally. Inhale, reach forward and up, pivot your toes to the right. Exhale, reach back, let your hips come down. Inhale, lift your hips, reach up, forward, back to low lunge as you exhale. Standing splits with your in-breath. How much length can you create? Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale, fold in. Chair pose, weight in your heels, deep bend in your knees. Lift your heart, sit back. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird, option to float up to tiptoes. Get your heels as high as possible. Stay on your tiptoes if you want. One last time, high mountain. As tall as you can grow. Awesome, Janet. Exhale, slow dive. Keep your heels lifted if you want. Last time here. Good work. Lift halfway. Inhale. Heels down. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, move through your vinyasa, lower down. Heart lifts, nice reach, inhale. Hips lift, exhale. Okay, listen, left leg high, breathe in. And exhale, left knee, right elbow, twist across your body. Inhale, three-legged. Left to left, aim high. Add the push-up if you want. Awesome, back up, three-legged dog. And exhale, knees to your nose, round, hollow out, step forward softly. Rise up, crescent lunge. Strong legs, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, airplane lunge or full airplane. Interlace if you want, last time. And back to your crescent lunge. Reach up, lengthen through your upper body. Exhale, hands to the earth. Last time, nice and slow. Inhale, reach forward, up, spin your toes to the left. Reach back as you exhale, let your hips come down. Inhale, reach up and forward. Exhale, back to low lunge. And breathe in, back leg high, standing splits. Lengthen out. Tiny little potato bug ball, get small. We're going to stay here this time. Hold in your tiny little ball, or option to move into a toe stand if you want to. So you're up on your tiptoes, hug in with your inner heels, inner thighs, inner knees. Try to point your knees straight forward. Hands to heart. Just balance here for a moment. Soft through your face, focus through your gaze. Wherever you have chosen to be, a couple more breaths. That looks soft, like a soft landing, Laura. Next time you inhale, let's come to a halfway lift position. So heels down, spine long. You can widen your stance if you want. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Pause in your plank. We're going to take side plank. Right hand is your base. So roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Feet can be stacked or staggered. If you want to modify, right knee can come down, no big deal. Lift your hips as high as you possibly can. That'll take some weight out of your shoulder and your wrist. And then maybe reach your left arm forward. Maybe even float your left leg up. And as you float your left leg up, see if you can lift your hips higher. Yeah. Nice, Bobby. Nice, Sophia. One last breath, your fullest expression. End of your exhale, plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top, find your strength first. Exhale, chaturanga all the way to your belly. Start just with a baby cobra, so nice and low, lifting with the strength in your back body, not the strength in your arms. And then float your hands up, reach your hands back, float your feet up, reach your toes back, locust pose. Hug in with your inner thighs. And imagine you're trying to rotate your inner thighs in and up towards the ceiling. See if you can find your mid-back muscles by bending your elbows and squeezing them towards each other behind your back. So start to feel strength that you didn't even know you had. Awesome. Take one more big, huge inhale. Lift, lift, lift. And let it go. Rest down for a moment. Maybe windshield wiper your shins. Or just kind of rock your hips side to side even. Breathe down into your low back. Reconnect to Ujjayi, slow and steady. And then go ahead, if you're windshield wipering your shins, just return them back down. Hands frame your mid ribs, press up to tabletop, press up to hands and knees. From your hands and knees, take your right arm forward and your left leg back. So spinal balance, feel a strong, straight line of energy. Take one more inhale here. You can absolutely stay here or exhale, reach your right arm back. Bend your left knee, heel towards your butt cheek. Lift your heart, so not your head, but your heart. Push down into your left fingertips, curl open through your heart space. If it's available, grab hold of your foot or your ankle. Once you've got it, Start to work your pose with gentle leverage. So kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot, hug in with your inner thighs. Soften your face, unclench your jaw, breathe down into your belly. One last round. End of your exhale, back to spinal balance. Right arm forward, left leg back. Feel neutral, breathe in. And then one time, elbow to knee, exhale, round, hollow out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release, let it go. Take your knees out just a little bit wider. Take your right arm out to the right and then all the way up to the ceiling. Big inhale. Exhale, thread your right arm through. So reach through. Come down to rest gently outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. If there's any certain variation that you want to explore here, feel free. Soft face. See if you can really breathe into the back of your heart. Breathe into your back ribs. Breathe all the way down into your low back. Couple more deep breaths. If you do happen to have your left hand lifted, set it back down. Next time you inhale, unthread your right arm, reach it up, open up. And then exhale, right hand down. If you want to move a little bit, take some cat-cow, some hip circles, even your own vinyasa, feel free. Eventually back to down dog. All right, from your down dog, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Other right leg reach. And try not to shift through your hands or your shoulders. Peel your right hip open. So bend your knee, reach your knee out and up. So feel the opening in the front of your right hip. Great place to stay. Option to flip your dog if you would like. Right foot comes down behind you. Step it off the side of your mat. Reach forward, heart forward. Back muscles strong. Take one last round here. Nice work. Come back, three-legged down dog. And then everybody square off your hips. Feel the big difference. One more inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your mat, low lunge. Pyramid pose, step your back foot forward about a foot or so. Bring your feet onto two train tracks, all 10 toes face forward. And then come to a halfway lift position. You can bring your hands to your front shin, to blocks, or to your hips, you choose. So spine is long, but bend your front knee a lot for just a second. And then I want you to really slowly and intentionally re-straighten your front leg by lifting your right butt cheek up and pressing back through the top of your right thigh. So see if you can press back through the top of your right thigh, even get your quad muscle to fire. Lift your right butt cheek as high as it will go. Take one more inhale. Keep that and then work into your fold. So exhale. Forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee, navel towards your spine. Keep pulling your right hip up, up, up. Keep pressing the top of your right thigh. Back, back, back. Try not to rock onto the outer edge of your right foot, but keep pressing into the inner edge. Lift up through here. Good. If you tremble or shake, I always find my front leg shaking in this pose. That just means you've met an edge. It's not a bad thing. Be with it. Breathe into it. Work the pose from the inside. Last couple rounds. See if you can pick up your front toes and spread them. Good work, friends. End of your next exhalation, just step your back foot forward, nice and easy, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift position, lengthen, realign. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet, rise all the way to stand. Arms to the sky. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, so we're playing with a balancing pose. This is Twisted Dancer. Bring your left heel to your left butt cheek, and then bring your right hand back, locate your foot. Once you've got it, so I'm all ski wampus right now, see if you can get back into your optimal alignment as best you can. So hug in towards midline, inner knees hugging in, and then take your left arm up. Make sure your right shoulder isn't rolling forward like mine's doing right now. It's rolling back and down. And then little shock absorber in your standing leg, little bend in your knee, hinge at your hips, kick foot into hand, pull hand into foot, hug in with your inner thighs. See if you can keep your heart just slightly lifted. Kick and pull, hug in, breathe. Last couple of rounds wherever you are at. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let your breath flow through slowly. Standing staff pose. Stay balanced on your right foot if possible. Left knee out in front of you. Arms reach up. Left knee lifts. And if you want, you can extend your left leg forward. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, slow motion, low lunge position. Left toes to the back of your mat. Bring your back foot down, back toes down, and then your back knee down. Walk your hands or bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot out wide. So this can absolutely be where you stay, you guys. Perfect. Or maybe you work with lowering your upper body down. If you would like, option to move into kind of like your horizon lunge. You're reaching back and then bend your back knee. See if you can grab your foot. I like the outer edge. You can use either inner or outer. Just make sure your right shoulder opens. And then from here, kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Let your heart open towards the sky. I even like to lower to my left forearm. You're rolling onto the outer edge of your right foot. Nice pulse. Yeah. So wherever you've chosen to go with this pose, about 3 more deep breaths. And if you want to move around, that's totally fine. You don't have to hold the same position the whole time. Make sure you can breathe, big and spacious. Nice work. End of your next exhale. Everybody come back into a low lunge position. So frame your front foot, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, step your front foot back, plank. Inhale at the top. Exhale, slowly lower. Heart lifts, breathe in. Hips lift, breathe out. So for just a moment, stretch in your down dog. Lengthen through your spine, your side bodies, the backs of your legs. Good job, friends. One more inhale. Exhale, gaze forward, step or hop, forward fold, top of your mat. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. Side plank on your left hand this time. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot, or bring your left knee down to modify. You can also come down to left forearm if you want to take care of your wrist. Nice job. Lift your hips super high. Maybe take your right arm forward, bicep next to your ear, lengthen your right side. Maybe even float your right leg up. Good, lift your hips higher. One last round, fullest expression. Feel every part of you, all the space inside. End of your exhale, plank. Inhale at the top, push the ground away, modify if you want to. Lower all the way to your belly, slowly exhale. Baby Cobra to begin. From Baby Cobra, lift your hands, float them back. Lift your feet, float them up. Float them, reach them back. Hug in with your inner thighs. Option to interlace your fingers this time if you want to. We will have an opportunity to do our full floor bow. So you can do it now if you want, but we will get there. So fingers interlace and then squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. Hug in with your inner thighs. Try to rotate your inner thighs up towards the ceiling. One more big deep breath. Mid-back muscles, can you feel them? Can you use them? And let it go. Nice, Erin. Go ahead and rest down. Head can go to either side. Hips can move from side to side. Maybe windshield wiper shins. Or maybe this time you try egg beater. So it's circling your feet in opposite directions at opposite times, like you're throwing them into a mixing bowl. Down into your low back, low belly. All right, next couple of rounds, rise to hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide, push into the ground with your strong hands, your strong arms, your strong shoulders. Take your left arm forward and your right leg back, spinal balance. So long, strong, powerful line of energy. You can absolutely stay here, or left arm reaches back, right knee bends, heel towards your butt. Lift your heart, make it come from your mid and your upper back. Use the mobility there. If it's available, grab your foot or your ankle. Hug in with your inner thighs to protect your low back. And then use each breath, use the gentle leverage to work your pose. Gaze forward, lift your heart. So let your gaze go where you want your heart to follow. Take one more round. Yes, spread your toes. End of your exhale, release back to spinal balance. See if you can feel neutral spine first. Breathe in. Nice, Laura. And then exhale, elbow to knee, round, curl in just one time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Adjust your knees a little bit, so maybe widen them just a bit wider than your hips. Thread the needle with your left arm. So left arm out all the way up. Inhale here. And thread it through as you exhale. Any variation you want to take, more than welcome. Soft face. All the way to empty. Each exhalation, see if you can find your center. Those couple rounds on this side. If you do have your right hand lifted, set back down. With your next inhale, unthread your left arm and reach it up once more. Let your heart open. And left hand down. Any movement that calls to you, cat, cows, hip circles, vinyasa. End up back in downward facing dog. Guys are doing great. Use your breath to support you, to get you through the rest of your practice, to power you from the inside. So it's like your second wind, and then it's like your third wind. It's brand new every time you breathe in. Next inhale, left leg to the sky. Try not to move through hands or shoulders. Peel your hip open. Chris. So great place to stay. Feel the opening in the front of your left hip and breathe into it. Maybe this is where you want to stay. Fine with me. Otherwise, option to flip. Left foot comes down. Beautiful. Nice, Paul. Lift your hips. Feel the strength in your back body supporting the opening in your heart. Reach forward, heart forward. One more round. Beautiful. Nice reach. Awesome, Bobby. Come back. Three-legged down dog. Square off your hips. Left leg high. Big inhale. Feel the difference. Exhale. Left foot steps through. Low lunge. Pyramid stance. Step your back foot in about a foot or so. And then come to a halfway lift. So feet on 2 train tracks, all 10 toes face forward. If you do it differently on other days, that's fine, but try it like this today. Halfway lift, hands wherever you want to take them, hips, front shin, blocks. Bend your front knee, and then really slowly re-straighten it. Re-straighten your front leg by lifting your left butt cheek, your left sit bone, and pressing back through the very, very, very top of your left thigh, right up where it meets your hip, the crease in your hip. Once you've got that, keep it. Whenever you're ready, start to work into your fold. So bow, forehead towards shin, nose toward knee, navel towards spine. Don't roll onto the outer edge of your foot. Keep pressing into the inner edge. Lift your left butt cheek as high as you can. So like there's a rope now attached to your left butt cheek, and it's pulling up, straight up towards the ceiling. Use every breath, every exhale to dive just a little deeper. Hold just a little further. If it feels uncomfortable, let it feel uncomfortable. Be with your breath. Last couple rounds, working the pose from the inside, letting yourself shake a little bit, tremble a little bit. Just send your breath into that tight space, into those hard edges. End of your next exhale, nice and easy. Just step your back foot forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen, realign. Exhale, bow, fold. Root through your feet all the way to stand, arms up. And hands to heart, exhale. Okay, one more balancing pose, twisted dancer. So balancing this time on our left foot, right heel towards your right butt cheek. And then take your left hand back, locate your foot. Once you've got it, come back into your best alignment. Maybe this is where you stay, just practicing your balance here, getting a stretch for your front quad. Awesome. Otherwise, right arm up. Little shock absorber in your left knee. Start to hinge at your left hip as you kick, foot in the hand, pull hand back into foot, twisted dancer. I know it feels awkward. See if you can be with it. Work it to the best of your ability today. Yes, awesome. Last couple of rounds. See if you can spread your toes. Hug in with your inner thighs. Lift your heart. Slow transition, standing stack. So see if you can come up. Stay balanced on your left foot. Right knee lifts, arms reach. Option to extend your right leg if you want. Big inhale, slow motion into your low lunge. Right toes back, hands to the ground. Once you have your right toes down, bring your back knee down. Bring your hands inside your left foot. Walk your left foot out wide. This might be where you stay, or maybe you work your upper body down. If you want, option to pivot your left toes out, reach your left arm back, bend your right knee, see if you can grab your foot, open through your left shoulder, start to kick and pull. So your hand and your foot, work it with gentle leverage. You might roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Yeah, nice job. Yeah. Let your heart open, let your left shoulder open. If you want to come down to your right forearm, feel free. Wherever you've chosen to go with this, and feel free to move. About 2 or 3 more breaths. Soften where you can soften, where you don't need to be tensing. Beautiful. Nice, Karen. Nice halls. All right, everybody, very end of your exhale, come back into a low lunge position slowly.
So frame your left foot, lift your back knee, step your front foot back, plank. Inhale at the top, exhale, lower down. Heart lifts with your in-breath. Down dog, exhale, walk it out. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Pigeon pose, right shin forward, set your body down gently. If you'd rather take this in a seat, if you like to take that box pigeon variation instead, or even down on your back, all options are welcome. So your own variation. And then your big deep breaths. And just notice whatever there is to notice. Feel whatever there is to feel. Just flowing through the space that is you. It is your body. So all forms of life energy, let them move through you. Good, bad, comfortable, uncomfortable. Everything is welcome. Give it permission. Hold it with your loving awareness. About 3, 4, 5 more breaths. Open mouth exhales, always welcome at any time. So if it feels like there's too much of anything, take huge inhales, sigh it out your mouth. Take one last big spacious breath. Slowly start to lift your upper body. And we'll end up in a 3-legged tabletop. So plant your hands, tuck your back toes under, and kind of scoot your back knee forward. Unthread your right leg, give it a nice little shake out. And then after a few shakes, bend your knee, flex your toes, take big circles with your right knee. Fullest range of motion you can find. Every other part of your body stays still. Reverse your circles at any point. Fullest range of motion through your right hip joint. Big circles. Good. Take your right leg straight back now. Extend it back. And then right toes off the left side of your mat. See if you can pull your hips over to the right. Send your gaze back. Look at your right tiptoes. You might be gazing over your shoulder or underneath your armpit. You might rock forward or back, around or arch. One more breath. And then tabletop. Little bit of movement if you want. Eventually down dog. If you want to take your own vinyasa, go for it. Back and down dog, just walk it out. Maybe notice, is there a difference between right side and left side? Maybe, maybe not. Next, inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, pigeon pose, left shin forward, gently come down. Take this in a seat or on your back, any variation that works for your body. Please Do whatever you need to do to honor where you're at. And then make sure breath is right there. Whatever comes, whatever goes, let it flow through. This isn't a time to be in the pose and be getting tighter and tighter and more anxious and anticipating, okay, when can we be done with this pose? See if you can just be with it, breath by breath, relaxing, softening, surrendering with each exhale. Whatever comes, whatever goes. You don't have to do anything, you just allow. About 5, 6, 7 more rounds on this side. Open mouth size, last couple breaths. Slowly, end of your next exhale, start your transition into a 3-legged tabletop. So lift upper body, bring your back knee in a little closer, and then unthread your left leg. Take it back, shake it out, and then eventually turn it into some big circles. Fullest range of motion you can find. Go slow. Flex your left toes. Squeeze an invisible rolled up washcloth behind your left knee. Try to wring it out. And then reverse your circle. Extend your left leg straight back, lengthen. And then left toes off the right side of your mat. Set them down. Pull your hips to the left. Gaze back over your right shoulder. Maybe bending your elbows, one or both. Maybe walking your left hand forward a little bit. Round arch, rock forward, back. One more round, breathe into your left side. End of your exhale, back to tabletop. And then one final down dog. If you want to take one final vinyasa, feel free. Just take one last moment in your down dog to feel into all the length and space you've created. Breathe into all the length and space you've created. One last great big breath in your down dog. And then end of your exhale, set your knees down and find your way onto your back. Have your straps somewhere you'll be able to grab it once you're down on your back. And then as you come down to rest, just draw your knees in, take a little rock from side to side for a moment. Give your low back a little massage against the ground. Yeah, maybe putting a sweatshirt on or socks. All right, feet on the ground, knees back. And extend, well, lift your right foot and grab your strap, put it around the arch or the ball of your right foot, and then extend your right leg straight up. So be intentional with where you place your strap. If you need to move it around a little bit, find your sweet spot, that's fine. So right leg extending straight up, press through your heel, flex back through your toes. If you need to bend your knee, that's okay. Bend your knee as much as you need to. Just keep pressing up through your heel, flexing your toes back towards your shin. Keep a neutral spine. So you should be able to lay on the ground, backs of your shoulders on the ground, back of your head on the ground. You can keep your left foot rooted with your left knee bent or extend your left leg long. Imagine there's a heavy sandbag on top of your left thigh. And then take your right foot just about 6 to 12 inches over to the left. So not a lot, but take it across midline. Try to stay rooted through the back of your right hip. So we're not going into a twist just yet, but we're stretching our IT band. So you should really feel this on the outside of your right leg, your right thigh. Try, if you don't feel it there, try pulling on the outside strap, on your outside strap a little bit more. And lots of times I like to play with pulling on one side of my strap and then the other, just noticing how that changes the stretch even just a little bit. Take 1 or 2 more breaths here. Pressing through your heel, flexing through your toes, even your little baby pinky toe. Use your outside strap to help. And then switch your strap into just your right hand and let your right leg open all the way out to the right. See if you can come to rest your right upper arm or your elbow down. Keep pressing out through your heel, flexing your toes. And if you want, you can reach your left arm out to the left. So like hand to big toe pose, laying down on your back. Heavy sandbag on top of your left thigh if your left leg is extended. One more deep breath, really good. And then lift your right leg back up through center. You can choose to keep your strap around your foot as you move into your twist. So you'll roll onto your left side, reach your right arm out to the right. Your strap would be in just your left hand. Or feel free to let your strap go and just take the twist. Just focus on the twist if that's what you'd like. Yeah, nice, Andrea. Shoulders broad, open, square towards the sky. Breathe all the way down into low belly, low back. So if you can lengthen that line from your right shoulder down to your right hip. And then from your right hip out to your right heel if you're still using your strap. Nice, everybody. Take a couple more breaths. Slowly come back to center. And if you want, you might extend your right leg straight up. If you still are using your strap, maybe one last round of breath, extend straight up. But eventually, everybody just let it go and hug both knees in once again. Little rock, no rush. Good, feet on the ground, knees bent. And lift your left foot, take your strap around the sole of your left foot, arch your ball. Play with exactly where you placed it on your foot and find your own little sweet spot. Press up through your heel, flex your toes back towards your shin. If you need to bend your knee, totally fine. Bend your knee as much as you need to. Just make sure you're pressing up through your heel, flexing through your toes, and you'll still get the stretch in the back of your leg. Option to extend your right leg out long at any time. Heavy sandbag on top of your right thigh. Breathe, neutral spine. Try to pull your left femur bone down into the hip socket. Plug it into the hip socket. Move your left foot now just 6 to 12 inches over to the right. So just a little bit across midline. So you can keep the back of your hip rooted as much as possible. And maybe try pulling on your outside strap a little bit more. See how that feels. Maybe try pulling on your inside strap, see how that feels. And then eventually both sides of your strap in your left hand. Open your left leg out to the left. Yeah. Press through your heel. So it's like you're trying to plant your left foot on the left wall. If you want, you can reach your right arm out to the right. Flex your toes. Breathe. And in your next couple of rounds, start transitioning into your twist. So keep your strap or let go of it. Up to you. Left arm out to the left. Gaze up or over your left shoulder. Send your breath all the way down. All the way to empty. And I am just going to leave it up to you. So when you feel pretty even with your twist on both sides, come back to center. And if you want to, you can extend your left leg straight up for a couple more breaths. Eventually, just rock it out. Hug your knees in, find a little rock. Finish off your practice with a happy baby pose. Knees to the outsides of your ribs, soles of your feet face the sky. Pull down with your arms, press up through your heels. You might rock gently side to side. You might extend one leg and then the other. Start to find a slow transition when you're ready into your own final relaxation. So eventually, just let your breath become effortless. Let your body give into gravity. Let your muscles soften away from the bones. My thought for you as you melt into your Shavasana is by Corey Muscara. He says, there is no amount of fixing yourself that will make you more whole. Wholeness is not something you get. It's something you remember. There is no amount of fixing yourself that will make you more whole. Wholeness is not something you get. It's something you remember. So for these last few moments, just feeling into the wholeness that is already inside of you. Let every part of you have space to be felt. And even use the sounds of the bowls, the vibrations, to notice what's moving through, to feel into your inner space. And if anything feels uncomfortable or overwhelming, just like you would in an uncomfortable yoga pose, big deep breaths. Shavasana.
Take a big deep breath in. And a big sigh. And slowly just bring gentle movement back in. As you're ready, roll to either side, fetal position. Take a moment resting there, a couple deep breaths, just letting everything settle inside of you, absorb in, sink in. And then find your way up into seated meditation to close our practice. Just close your eyes, sit up nice and tall, gather your hands to your own heart. And we will seal our practice together with one collective Om. So use your voice as your own vibration. Let it move through you all the way down from your belly. So start by exhaling, emptying out. Clear your throat if you need to. Breathe in your voice. Om. Namaste.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a great Sunday. She knows right when class is over. Don't all move at once. It's like,
That's Ruby. That's Major Ruby. It's an angel.